The India-Pakistan Army's ongoing tensions at the Line of Control, LOC, in Jammu and Kashmir are indeed a cause for concern. The dispute over Kashmir's land and resources has been a long-standing issue between India and Pakistan, with both countries claiming sovereignty over the region. However, it's worth noting that the assemblies of both parts of Kashmir, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, AJK, and Jammu and Kashmir, JNK, have expressed a desire to reunite the state. This development suggests that there is a growing consensus among Kashmiris to resolve the conflict and work towards a unified future. Despite this, the risk of conflict and exploitation of Kashmir's resources remains a concern. The region is rich in natural resources, including water, hydroelectric power, and minerals like sapphire, graphite, and gypsum. Any escalation of tensions or conflict could lead to the looting of these resources, which would have severe consequences for the local population and the environment. The Kashmir conflict is a complex and sensitive issue, with a long history of tensions between India and Pakistan. Currently, the Indian and Pakistani armies are positioned on the Line of Control, LOC, with both sides accusing each other of ceasefire violations. However, amidst this tension, there's a significant development: both parts of Kashmir assemblies want to reunite. To understand this complex situation, let's consider the Indian and Pakistani armies as outsiders, occupiers, and warriors. Both armies have been involved in the Kashmir conflict for decades, with each side claiming sovereignty over the region. The LOC, which separates Indian-administered Kashmir from Pakistani-administered Kashmir, has been a flashpoint for tensions between the two nations. However, despite the tensions between India and Pakistan, there's a growing desire among Kashmiris to reunite the region. Both parts of Kashmir assemblies have expressed a desire to reunite, which is a significant development in the conflict. This desire for reunification is driven by a sense of shared identity and culture among Kashmiris, as well as a desire for peace and stability in the region. The Kashmir conflict has a long and complex history, with its roots in the partition of India in 1947. The region has been divided between India and Pakistan since then, with each side claiming sovereignty over the entire region. The conflict has led to numerous wars and skirmishes between India and Pakistan, including the Indo-Pakistani War of 1971. In recent years, there have been several attempts to resolve the Kashmir conflict through diplomatic means. However, these efforts have been unsuccessful, and the conflict remains unresolved. Despite this, there's a growing sense of optimism among Kashmiris that a peaceful resolution to the conflict is possible. One possible solution to the conflict is the creation of an independent Kashmir state. This solution has been proposed by several Kashmiri leaders, including the late Abdul Ghani Lone, who advocated for an independent Kashmir state with its own constitution and government. Another possible solution is the reunification of the region under Indian or Pakistani administration. However, this solution is unlikely to be acceptable to all parties, given the strong sense of national identity among Kashmiris. In conclusion, the Kashmir conflict is a complex and sensitive issue, with a long history of tensions between India and Pakistan. However, despite these tensions, there's a growing desire among Kashmiris to reunite the region. Both parts of Kashmir assemblies have expressed a desire to reunite, which is a significant development in the conflict. A peaceful resolution to the conflict is possible, but it will require careful diplomacy and a willingness to compromise from all parties involved. The role of the Indian and Pakistani armies. The Indian and Pakistani armies have played a significant role in the Kashmir conflict. Both armies have been involved in numerous wars and skirmishes over the region, and they continue to maintain a significant presence in Kashmir. The Indian Army has been responsible for maintaining law and order in Indian-administered Kashmir, as well as defending the region against Pakistani forces. Both India and Pakistan armies are not willing to give the citizen rights, self and full liberty to the residents of the state Jammu and Kashmir.